Well, hello, and welcome back to my channel. I'm making some videos today. I got a little crown that I made. LOL, it's leaves on me. But yeah, I thought I would do something a little fancy with my hair since I'm wearing this nice dress. I braided the front half of my hair that I normally do a half up, half down in, and then I just instead of having it just go back, I had it wrap around, and then the gold part of my hair kind of makes it look like a headband. It doesn't really look like it's actually a part of my hair because it's dark on top. Anywho, just had to talk about that because if it looks bad, I'm trying something new. I don't know how I feel about it, but I don't want to take it down because it feels nice. But yeah, I also have my necklaces back. Very happy about that. They were gone for almost 2 weeks. A long time. LOL, the battery's on one battery life left. It was at 2 when I started, so hopefully it doesn't die on me. All the things. I think I'm just going to shoot the shot with this one. I don't really want to talk about singleness. I think I want to talk about leaving. I want to try to save my singleness one for hopefully my friend Megan can film that with me. Because I told her about it, and I could do it by myself because I have enough to talk about, but I think I want to save that for her. So yeah, let's talk about me leaving. Just thoughts right now. It is a week and a half away. Pretty crazy. It's 10 days from now. So it's really starting to hit me. I have to do last minute things. I got my car serviced. And when I say I mean my parents took it this morning and I went and picked it up with my mom. But we got my car serviced because I didn't end up buying a new car. I ended up keeping my car because I didn't want to. There's a whole story with it. I looked, I test drove, I figured out what I wanted. Basically, I was trying to convince myself that I didn't want a Chevy Silverado, my dream car, since I was 14, 15 years old. But when I was test driving other cars like a Jeep Patriot, I test drove a Jeep Grand Cherokee, I test drove, I never did a Toyota 4Runner, LOL. I did a Nissan Pathfinder, I test drove a Chevy Silverado, and I guess that's it. I think I only did 4 cars. Yeah, but with all of that, I basically realized that I'd be settling if I didn't get a Chevy Silverado. I found a Nissan Pathfinder that had everything that I wanted. I had a sunroof, I had a trailer hitch, I had seat warmers, I had a backup camera, I had 4-wheel drive. It was the whole package. And it had good, decent gas mileage. But at the end of the day, it's okay, I didn't love it though. It wasn't oh my gosh, this is my car. It was this is practical, it has everything I want, but it still costs the same amount as a Chevy would if I was to get my dream car. So then it's do I get this car that is okay, that I can grow to love, that's decent, has everything that I want, or do I wait and get, it's so cold out, do I get my dream car, Chevy? And I was okay, definitely want a Chevy, but I'm driving across the country, so that's gonna suck gas mileage wise. My car that I have now, a Toyota Camry, has amazing gas mileage, even though it's super old. It's 22 years old now. And that's really great. It has double the gas mileage, or almost double. And the Nissan Pathfinder was a little bit better than Silverado, but not amazing. I think it was 2026. No, it was 1924, I think. And then the Silverado was 1521 or 1519. And then the car I have now, I think is almost 30 on, I think it's 26, 30, or 23, 28, something crazy like that. So it's really good. I guess it's not double, but it's still really great. So that's a big thing. I have to get a new iPhone because my iPhone 7 that I've had for 5 years now almost is dying. The battery life is trash. The home button stopped working, so I have to use the assisted touch now. So So that's like something needed. I don't really want to get a new iPhone because my iPhone I love and it's like fine to some degree, but I'm going to be on the road and I want something a little bit more reliable, a little bit more user friendly. So that's the thing I have to do. So it's like a lot of like little things. I have to like, well, I got my necklaces fixed. Well, that was like kind of an unexpected thing. They're also cleaned, which is nice because they're like kind of dirty because I wear them every day. I don't take care of my stuff. Let's see. Yeah, it's just like a bunch of little things, like going to like my cute little favorite places for the last time. Like I went to the consignment store that I love and I haven't been to in a while because I was trying to save money. And I got some like nice new designer sunglasses. I got those, they're originally retail $400, but I got them for $70, which is pretty great because that's like an amazing steal. And I normally just buy $25 sunglasses or sometimes like free sunglasses. But I've had those Target ones for a while. They actually look like a knockoff version of the ones that I have now. Like, not kidding. They're like almost the exact same, except my designer ones are obviously better. But the shape fits my face. It frames it a lot better. The designer ones, it's a lot more sturdy, and it's not like peeling, where like my Target ones are obviously like cheap and flimsier and not gonna like be as designed well, I guess. So that's a thing. I'm trying to say goodbye to a lot of people. Actually, the past 2 days have been kind of nice because Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I was like seeing lots of people and like doing lots of things. But yesterday and today, I mostly like stayed in and I edited photos and actually did work, which is good. So that's nice. And then I guess I did some work on Tuesday as well. So yeah, I guess it's just the fact that I have 2 days in a row of like kind of not really doing much. I went roller skating Wednesday night, and I went line dancing yesterday, so that was fun. I have Good Friday service, kind of why I'm like wearing black. I was like black with a little splash of color because this isn't like a real funeral, but like kind of. So yeah, I have that I have to go to. I'm gonna miss my church family a lot. It's also really funny because by the time I upload this video, everything that I say will be kind of irrelevant because it would have already happened because I'm like backlogged on all the videos I have to upload that I filmed. So that will be interesting. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, my church community, I'm serving tonight at Good Friday and I'm really gonna miss them. I've just like over the past almost 2 years now, I've gotten really close to them and they're just like a big family of mine, and the way they love and support me is super great, the way they care for me. So they will definitely be missed. But yeah, so seeing lots of people, have a lot of work stuff. It's just kind of like coming down to the wire now and it's kind of overwhelming. And sad. Like, I feel like because there's so much going on, I don't really get to enjoy this time for myself. It kind of feels like I'm doing everything for everyone else. A little bit feels like it's for me, but at the same time, it's like all these people want to see me, and it's not that I don't want to see them, but it's just like kind of at the end of the day, what do I want to do for myself in this time? So yeah, I think that just goes to show you how much of people pleasers we can be, and also how we can be torn. Like, I want to see people and I want to do stuff with them, but I also need time alone, like for the past 2 days where I've just kind of been like in my house because yeah, at the end of the day, like I'm the one leaving, not them, so it's like, what do I need to do for that? It kind of reminds me of when I was leaving Ireland. That's kind of the last time that I feel like I really felt emotions like this. Just Ireland in general, like leaving California for Ireland and then leaving Ireland. Like both of those combined is kind of how I feel about leaving California. There's just like a lot of mixed emotions. I don't know if I'm coming back or when I'm coming back. So that's kind of scary. And and it feels like a big leap of faith of like actually being an adult and like living my life, leaving the nest. I'm not moving yet. Like, I'm not packing up my room. So for right now, it is just theoretically for the summer, but I'm going in with the mindset that I could potentially be staying. And I think what's also different about this time than in college when I left to go to Ireland, which was like the last big time I did a big leap of leaving, was with that, I don't think my community was as entrenched as it is now. No, I don't think. I know. Like, my community was not as entrenched. And there was just a lot less people that I was saying goodbye to. And I knew that I was coming back, but I also knew that things would not be the same when I came back, and that was true. Like, I knew when I was leaving for Ireland that everything was going to be different, and that year was both the best year and the hardest year for me. So I kind of just like am scared to jump into that again, because with Ireland, I knew that either Biscuit was going to die before or like while I was, or after I left, while I was in Ireland, and he ended up dying the week before I left, which honestly, like, thinking back now, if someone died in my life right now a week before I leave, I think I would absolutely, like, I'm gonna cuss, I would absolutely fucking lose it if that happened. It, like, really makes me want to, like, bawl right now. I cannot fathom how I did that then, and even just thinking about it just, like, gives me a visceral response. That was the worst week of my life. That and, like, the breakup with Michael, but honestly, the breakup with Michael, looking back now that I've walked through both, at the time, the breakup with Michael felt worse, but now having perspective off of both, Biscuit was, like, way worse. Because I wasn't just dealing with Biscuit's death, I was leaving with, like, you're gonna leave for Ireland, potentially. Like, you have to... That was huge. And not just that, but I knew that, like, my grandparents could die while I was gone. I knew that Graham, my dad's mom, could die, or, like, things could happen with that, and things did happen when I was gone. She ended up being moved into a nursing home, and that happened over the summer when I was at Hume, but that was really hard. And just dealing with that grief and that loss. And yeah, so it's also just crazy because, like, at Hume I was only like 6 hours away, so, like, theoretically I, like, could have come home for, like, anything that, like, happened, but I felt like I was miles away. I mean, I was actual literal miles away, but it just felt so much bigger. I think at that point in my life too, I had not driven that much. Like, my dad drove me up to Hume, and my dad drove me back down from Hume, so I had not driven far long distances at that point in my life, and so that felt really big and scary to me as well. Now I'm like, oh, 6 hours, like, that's nothing. But yeah, like, that's literally nothing compared to, like, me like going across the country now. That feels like a lot bigger and scary, and it's just interesting to see how, like, God just has things happen in, like, phases, and, like, how much you can handle for those moments. But yeah, I knew that coming back, like, college-wise, it was easier to leave as well, because my friend Kimba in college, she was in Italy, so I was like, well, she's not going to be here in Long Beach, SoCal area. And then my other friends were also at their own colleges and stuff, living their own lives, so, like, I kind of had no one. I mean, I did have my two friends that were still at Long Beach, but I knew that they had their, like, own things going on as well, and so it just, I guess, not to, like, minimize them, but just having, like, one or two, like, decent friends didn't really, like, feel very substantial. So anywho, that feels very different than me now. However, I've, like, built a life in California, I mean, really over the past, like, 2 to, like, 4 years, I would say, ever since, like, 2018 when I came back from Ireland and Hume. That's, like, when I really started to build a lot of community with people. So that's been, like, 3.5 years now. So that's just kind of crazy to think, like, how much you can entrench yourself in just as little as 3.5 years, and how, like, big and scary it can feel to move on from that. The battery is flashing right now. Great. It's probably gonna cut me off, but I really didn't know where this video was gonna take me. it's really, really, really bittersweet. There's a lot of emotions going on inside of me with how I feel about all of it, knowing that, like, even if I do come back a year and a half from now, or 9 months from now, or 6 months from now, like, things are going to be different. It's not like I'm going to just pick up where I left off, and that's going to be hard, and that's going to be a really big adjustment. And even if I do never come back, that's going to be really hard and a really big adjustment. It's just going to be hard. I'm going to be missing out on a lot of people's milestones, people having babies, just living like day-to-day life with people are things that I'm gonna miss, like going grocery shopping with my friend Jacqueline, or like having my friend Megan be like 7 minutes away from me, or my friend Kimberly be like 7 minutes away from me. Even people being just like 30 minutes to an hour away from me. The convenience factor of texting someone being like, hey, do you want to grab coffee on Tuesday, is gonna be gone. And I'm not just gonna have my long distance friends from like the rest of the US, but it's gonna be like all my California friends are now going to be long distance. So now everyone's gonna be long distance. And that's pretty scary, of like having to build community. And I know I will be able to. I did it in Ireland, I did it at Hume, but I think what's different about those environments is I was still in school, or I was at a camp where like everyone's thrown into this environment together, where we all don't have friends and we're all trying to make friends. And so that's different. I mean, I made friends with Irish students, so like they weren't really like thrown into anything, but they were still in a school environment. And I feel like it's easier in general to make friends when you're in college than it is post-college. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of emotions, and I kind of live in denial for a lot of it until I have to think about it and talk about it, or until someone brings it up, or I have to bring it up, of like, wow, I'm leaving and this is exciting and it's something I've wanted for so long, but it's finally here, and I never thought this day would come, and now it's coming. And there's a lot of turmoil of like it being bittersweet. I love living here, and I feel like the past 2 years have really been a gift, because I didn't think I would be here this long. And so really, like, as much as I see so much evil and corruption with everything that's been going on with COVID and lockdowns and governments and stuff, I've seen so much grace and so much I don't want to say, like, I don't know what the word is, but just like there's been a path laid in front of me, providence, I guess you would say, through this time. I have made so many friends in the past like year and a half, since COVID happened, and even just this like last year, from like March or like February of 2021 to now April 2022. So that's really encouraging to know, like, how quick it is to make friends and to make like good solid friends. Some I've had for like 2 or 3 years now, but that's really encouraging just to know that. So yeah, I'm excited and I'm hopeful, and I don't know what this next season will bring me, but I'm trusting God with it. I know He will be faithful, and I have my hands open to whatever the plan is, whether that's just for the summer, whether that's half the summer, whether that's through the fall, or through all the way to next winter and spring and summer and beyond. Like, I'm just really open to whatever God has for me, and I'm living life moment by moment and day by day, and I'm trying to be present in the now and appreciate what God has in front of me, and not be too worried or too much dwelling on the future, even if it's like exciting things. So that's that. I think I'm gonna end the video here. I don't know if I'll film another video solo. I probably will, because I know there's so much more that I'm gonna want to get off my chest before I leave. So I'll probably do one more video solo just talking about how I feel about leaving, and then you guys will see them probably when I'm, oh my gosh, I think I just almost broke my nail. You guys will see them when I'm on the road probably. So that will be an adventure. And yeah, thanks for watching my videos, guys. It's been a journey. It's been really great. I don't know if I'm gonna continue it when I'm in Maine. It feels like they were born in this backyard during COVID, during the lockdowns, when I was just like spending so much time in this house. And I think that I want to keep it that way. I think if I do videos in Maine, they're gonna look differently. I don't think they're going to be this like sit down talking format of just like getting things off my chest. I think I would start like a new chapter and journey there. So yeah, this is just gonna be really sweet to look back on all the different angles of the backyard that I grew up in. Uh, just like lots of fondness and gratefulness for this season. I don't want to cry right now because my makeup's done and I have to go. My feet are asleep. But just like future Stacy, like if no one else watches, I know people watch these videos, but like these are really like for myself to look back on and just see like how much I've grown. So they're kind of like little video diaries to myself, and I kind of like that not many people watch them, especially like in my life. But like if you do partake in watching them, like I hope it blesses you. But just like for future Stacy, like I just am so excited for you to like look back at this moment and just see like how good God is and just like where life takes you, even though like it may be hard sometimes. Like let yourself feel those emotions and grieve and process, but know that God is there and He's near, and that's really all that matters. So yay. Okay, this isn't the last one, so I'm not gonna cry. But yeah, this week has just been highs and lows of emotions. I had to say goodbye to my mentor, and so it's just, yeah, it's a lot, but it's exciting. So it's like happy tears and sad tears and everything in between. It really feels like when I left Ireland, like I cannot even explain to you how it felt when I left Ireland, and that's kind of what it feels like, but like 10 times, because this is like where I grew up. I spent 4 months in Ireland. I've spent 22 years of my life here. I'm not saying 23 because there was like basically a whole year of life that I didn't spend in California. But yeah, okay. Bye.